Dear students, in this video, we will discuss about lattice energy and a method of calculating lattice energy, that is Born-Haber cycle, and its application in the determination of lattice energy. First, we will see what is meant by lattice energy. It is the energy released when 1 mole of the ionic compound is formed from its constituent gaseous ions. Here you can see a pictorial representation of the formation of an ionic compound from its gaseous ions. For example, consider the formation of sodium chloride from the ions Na plus and Cl minus. So when 1 mole of NaCl is formed, minus 787 kilojoules per mole of energy is released. And this minus 787 kilojoules per mole is known as the lattice energy of sodium chloride. Usually we represent the lattice energy using the letter U. So UNaCl means the lattice energy of sodium chloride is equal to minus 787 kilojoules per mole. This lattice energy is a measure of the strength of the ionic bond in an ionic compound. A more negative value of the lattice energy means the greater is the strength of the ionic bond formed. In the previous video, while discussing the factors favoring the formation of an ionic compound, we saw that the more negative value of lattice energy will favor the formation of an ionic bond. The more negative value of lattice energy means greater will be the strength of the ionic bond. Now we have an equation which is used for calculating the lattice energy per mole of an ionic crystal, and this equation is known as Born-Lande equation. That is given by U0 equals minus N0 A Z plus Z minus into E square by 4 pi epsilon naught R naught into 1 minus 1 by N. Here U0 is the lattice energy, N0 is the Avogadro number, A is a constant which is characteristic of the geometric arrangement of ions in the crystal, and this constant is known as Madelung constant. N is also another constant known as Born exponent. R0 is the equilibrium distance between the positive and the negative ions in the crystal, or we can also say R0 as the sum of the ionic radii. Z plus and Z minus are the charges of positive and negative ions. That is the charges of the cations and the anions. For example, in NaCl, we have Na plus and Cl minus, each having charge 1. E is the charge of the electron and epsilon 0 is the permittivity of free space. So this equation is used for calculating the lattice energy per mole of an ionic crystal, and this is known as Born-Lande equation. It is not possible to directly determine the lattice energy by experiment. So we have to use an indirect method by constructing an energy diagram, and using that diagram the lattice energy is calculated from other experimentally determined energy terms. And this energy diagram is called as Born-Haber cycle. So Born-Haber cycle is a thermochemical method of calculating the lattice energy based on Hess law of constant heat summation. Now let's recall what is meant by Hess law of constant heat summation. Enthalpy is a thermodynamic function. According to Hess law, the enthalpy change of a reaction is the same whether the reaction is carried out in one step or through a number of steps. For example, here initially the system is at state A. Now when the reaction is complete, it attains the state E. So either it can go directly from A to E, so the enthalpy change in the reaction is denoted as delta H, or it can reach the final state E through a number of intermediate steps, that is A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, etc. And in each of these steps, the enthalpy change is represented as delta H1, delta H2, delta H3 and delta H4. So the total change in enthalpy for the reaction starting from A to E will be the sum of these four steps, that is delta H1 plus delta H2 plus delta H3 plus delta H4. So according to Hess law, the sum of these four steps will be equal to the single step A to E, that will be equal to delta H. So whether the reaction is completed in one step or through a number of steps, the enthalpy change will be the same. So Born-Haber cycle is based on Hess law of constant heat summation, and it gives a relationship of lattice energy to other energy terms involved in the formation of an ionic compound from its elements. To understand more about Born-Haber cycle, let us consider the formation of sodium chloride. So here you can see the Born-Haber cycle for sodium chloride. Consider the formation of sodium chloride from sodium and chlorine. Okay, sodium in solid state plus chlorine gas will combine to form sodium chloride, and delta HF naught represents the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride. Now this reaction can be considered involving 5 different steps. So let us consider each step. The first step is the sublimation of the solid sodium metal to give sodium vapor. That is, Na in the solid state is converting to Na in the gaseous state. So this step involves the enthalpy of sublimation of sodium. Delta H sub represents the enthalpy of sublimation of sodium. Now the second step is formation of sodium ions Na plus from its atoms in the gaseous state. So sodium in the gaseous state is converted to the sodium ions Na plus. And the energy change in this step is equal to the ionization enthalpy of sodium or ionization energy of sodium. Now the third step is dissociation of chlorine molecules to chlorine atom in the gaseous state. And here we have the bond dissociation enthalpy of the Cl-Cl bond represented as delta H dissociation. And the fourth step is addition of an electron to chlorine atom to form the chloride anion Cl minus. And the enthalpy change in this process is equal to the electron gain enthalpy of chlorine, or we may call it as electron affinity of chlorine. And the last step involves the formation of sodium chloride from the gaseous ions Na plus and Cl minus. And the energy change in this step is equal to the lattice energy of the sodium chloride represented as U. So first we have the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride, and then we have these 5 steps. So according to Hess law, the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride, that is delta HF naught, will be equal to the enthalpy of sublimation of sodium plus the ionization enthalpy of sodium plus the dissociation enthalpy of chlorine plus the electron affinity of chlorine plus the lattice energy of sodium chloride. So from this equation, we can determine the lattice energy, that is U of NaCl. This is the Born-Haber cycle for sodium chloride used for calculating its lattice energy. Similar Born-Haber cycles can be considered for other ionic compounds also, and we can also calculate their lattice energies from the known values of other energy terms. Now let's see how we can calculate the lattice energy from the Born-Haber cycle. Given here the enthalpy of formation of NaCl, the enthalpy of sublimation of sodium, first ionization energy of sodium, dissociation energy of chlorine and electron affinity of chlorine are respectively 411.2, 108.4, 495.6, 242 and minus 348.6 kilojoules per mole. So we have to calculate the lattice energy of sodium chloride using Born-Haber cycle. So we have already written the equation delta H NaCl, that is the enthalpy of formation of sodium chloride, is equal to the sublimation of sodium plus ionization and enthalpy of sodium plus the bond dissociation of Cl. Since half chlorine molecule is involved, you have to multiply it with 1 by 2. 1 by 2 into the bond dissociation of Cl plus the electron gain enthalpy or electron affinity of chlorine plus the lattice energy. So from this equation, we can calculate the lattice energy of sodium chloride. So this will be equal to minus 411.2 minus 108.4 minus 495.6 minus half into 242 minus electron affinity values minus 348.6. So this will be equal to minus 787.6 kilojoules per mole. So this is the amount of energy released when 1 mole of sodium chloride is formed from its constituent ions, which is known as the lattice energy. We have seen that Born-Haber cycle is used for calculating the lattice energy of the ionic compounds. There are also numerous other applications of Born-Haber cycle. The calculation of lattice energy will help in estimating the stability of ionic compounds and determine their stoichiometry. Lattice energy calculation using Born-Haber cycle have been used to account for the stabilities of metal hydrides, polyhalides, peroxides and superoxides. It's also used for the evaluation of crystal field stabilization energies. And Born-Haber cycle is also used for the determination of electron affinities of elements.